Good morning. As we step out our door today, we have +10. We have a roadblock here, right directly across. Good morning. We are looking directly west towards the fire. Smoke is increased big time. The wind. Wind is very slow. It's smoky. We have police presence down here. The police are blocking the roads down by the Sickany at kilometer 450. The fire is encroached to Fort Nelson. It was 8 kilometers. Now it's 5 kilometers from Fort Nelson. They are moving the evacuations right out of town here. As you can see, 3 miles south of Fort Nelson, they have the police here. It's a hard lockdown now. Once you leave, you're not going back in. Directly west is the fire. Fort Nelson, you can't see Fort Nelson. And north of Fort Nelson, 89 kilometers, there's another fire towards the Northwest Territories border. And directly east of Fort Nelson, 60 kilometers, there's another fire on the Sierra Yo-Yo Desan Road. That's the road they use for the oil patch. It's very quiet. All the vehicles have left. Slowly, people are leaving. My name is Dwayne Fredlow. To all the shut-ins, those that can't make it out, this is what's happening in Fort Nelson as we speak. Most people have the yellow vests on. This is a Sickany road as we speak. The road's totally blocked off. Fort Nelson is evacuated a town of 3,000. Everyone's gone. People are given one last warning to go. As people load up with their belongings, told to head south. People heading south. The town's been evacuated. I hear that if you refuse to leave, they will tell you there's no medical, no food, you're on your own. This is what's happening today. We cannot see the west where the fire was. The valley's right full of smoke. We'll have an update in a couple hours, but right now the town is evacuated. We have police on the outskirts of town. People are leaving. There's only one way. People are only coming out. Yesterday they could go into town. Today it's more definite. They are anticipating wind. There is no wind, but a lot of people would like to come back to jump in the trucks and spray the fire, but we'll see if they allow them to. We're going to give you a limit. I believe he said we're going to give you a limit. Oh, a ribbon. We're going to give you a ribbon. Maybe that's what he said. Looks like someone's having problems over here with a flat tire. People are there to fix them. As the vehicles cruise through. This vehicle's idle south. And there's 4th Street heading north to Fort Nelson. Lots of police. That's what we have on the fire today. Not much wind. That's what we have happening right now at Muswell Hill. Not sure they really want to be in the camera. So we'll give an update shortly, but this is what's happening in Fort Nelson right now. It's very smoky. as you can see. There's the police. This is looking directly west. We're looking right at Fort Nelson. It's just a haze. We have lots of ashes on the truck. You gotta turn around. This is looking directly west towards Fort Nelson. Fort Nelson is 5 kilometers away. The fire's 8 kilometers away. The valley's full of smoke. Everyone's been evacuated. Well, this is what's happening now in Fort Nelson as we speak. It's very smoky. Very smoky. We don't know if this thing will be here when we get back, if we go anywhere. Police are doing their job. Police are doing their job. People seem to have a flat tire on that far side. We'll be back later to have an update. It's 11, probably around 1 we'll be back. The fire is 5 kilometers away from Fort Nelson. 0 wind. And we have lots of fire crew working on it. People are evacuating. The police are at the 450 sign, kilometer 450 sign, turning everyone around. It's getting hardcore out here. More and more people are leaving. We'll be back in a couple hours.